Alright guys, welcome back to some more Farming Simulator 17. That is right. As you can see, today I have got the fast track on a courseplay worker doing the fields 12, 14 and 15, right? Yes, that is correct. It uses like every available bit of working width, which is amazing, but it does take forever because it turns around like this. It reverses back all the way to like to here, and then it turns around on the field, and then it backs up, and then it goes. So it would be perfect if we had like a really tight field with a fence around it, but we don't. But yeah, as you can see, it's lining up perfectly. It's going to do this row and finish off. But the reason I'm over here is because I think it's finally time that we get a silo extension. I've been talking about it for a while. Do these ladders work? No, of course they don't. Oh, no, they something. That's got a hitbox, but this doesn't. Okay. Anyway, yeah. We're gonna be putting some silo extensions here, probably. Well, one, but ideally I'd like 4 in total, probably, like 2 here and 2 here. They're actually the models of this one here and this one. You see how that one's shorter? That's the small silo extension and that's the bigger one. But we'll just end up with 4 of the bigger ones, and as you can see it also folds up the cedar at the end, which is very nice. We will just stop that guy there for now. Back to the barn. Yeah, I have some stuff here, don't worry. I'll explain in a moment. And the trailer's there and it's full of barley. Ay. Right. So, let's run over here. I was looking in between episodes at how this works, like what the distance is that you can place them to. Like over here. Like we could put them... Actually, now... Yeah, definitely not here. But they can go pretty damn far away. But I think we go there. Let's just check in first person. How well did I get that? I mean... I would say that's almost certainly good enough. I've realized I now actually can't look straight up in the video game. But... yeah. It actually isn't quite the same model. It's the same height. But it's lighter and it's got like a checkered flag at the top like this. Most odd. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna end up with 4 of these extensions here, here, and 2 on this side, I think, just because there's room for them. And then we'll have a total capacity of 500,000, which I think will last us a decent while. Because of course, by default, and currently it's 100,000, and we're full on everything that we can currently harvest. The reason I'm doing this at the start of the episode is because, like I say, this trailer here is just full of barley. So real quick, I will now be able to put this away. And I actually have even more barley that I stored in the train station. Because I realised that's something we can actually do. The disadvantage of it, of course, is the fact that you can't see remotely how much you've got in there. You can only see how much you've got in there from the train menu, right? Like when you're loading the train with grain, which rhymes. But today, we're gonna finish what we started in the last one. We're gonna get tedder, I think it's called, the thing that turns grass over, so we can make hay bales. And we're also going to get the square bale wrapper so that we can stop having bales running away, which would be ideal. So I'm just going to go over here and grab the grain that I left over here, and then we're going to head over to the shop. As you saw briefly earlier, I have both of the vultures over there, along with the round baler and the round bale wrapper. We can't sell the wrapper yet because it's currently on sale, and I assume that puts the... where am I going? I assume that puts the the sell price down as well, because that would just make sense. So I'll wait for the sale to end on that before I sell that one here. You can see we've got the spare barley. But this has got 500,000 litres capacity by default, but you can't see it from here. So you can't keep track of it. I could have just used this area as like a spare storage. I could very easily have done that. However, I'd probably rather not, simply because, as I say, I can't see from at a glance how much we've got in here. I won't try and turn around there, that'll just end in disaster. So yeah, it will cost like $500,000 to get 500,000 litres capacity storage, because it's like 125k per extension, which times 4 is 500k, I believe. Yes. So it'll be a while before we get that capacity, but I don't know, it's just what I want to do. There is a mod to increase the silo capacity by like 2.5 million or something like that. Something ridiculous, which I would use, but that just feels cheap. If it was like increasing it so that the base capacity is 1 million and each add-on gives you 1 million, that I'd probably do. Or 500k each or something like that. So let's just put all of this barley away, and we have like 160k. Yeah, 160k, not too bad. Haven't been selling it, the extra, because as you can see, there's no green. Soybeans are eternally green. I do not understand what's going on with the sell price menu thingy, because soybeans are the only things that I'm really selling in any decent amount, and the price is always up, and I don't understand it, because that's not how the game is meant to work. But anyway, let's quickly put the trailer and the seeder away. And we're going to head over to the store. You can go there, and you can go there. Right. Don't think we need the GCB right now, but it'll be good to have it on hand if we want to do follow me, which we probably do. Right, the store. Here we are. So I've got both Vultures here. We're going to sell the round baler, because I don't think we need it. And it's not, just to double check, the sale is, yeah, the sale is the wrapper, so I can just sell this. And I've already installed the mod that we're going to use. I'll show it to you guys in a second. 51k for the baler. Boom, done. And we come over here, and we go to baling technology. And all the way to the end, McHale 998 square bale wrapper. No upgrades available. Buy this guy. From the description, on the mod page, it is apparently extremely detailed, and yeah, they were not kidding. So we've got like a conveyor belt of sorts here. How does it pick stuff up? Does that lower? Hang on, you'll do for this. It's huge compared to the round one. Let's see here. So I assume we unfollowed X. Oh, it does. It lowers that little bit there. So it's essentially the same deal. Okay, auto unload works on it. Very nice. Okay, that's some nice cross compatibility between mods. I'm very excited to try this thing out. And the other thing we need, of course, is the tedder. Now, these two are basically exactly the same width, but considering we don't need that big of a working width anyway, as long as it's about 9 meters wide, I think we should just save $1,000 and get this one. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna put the... we can just do a follow me for now, it doesn't matter while we're just traveling. The tether on the other Ultra, the N series. And go back to field 11. Something else we're going to do, which won't be right away because I can't bring everything unless I bring the fast track here. Which, now that I think about it, would probably make sense to do. 1 second. Fast track. There's something else we need. Baling technology again. We're gonna grab the... it's really expensive, but we are gonna grab the square bale auto stacker. Because I'm sick and tired of loading them manually. I haven't done this very well. Forward planning has been no. There we go. Right. Can you follow you? Yes. Can you follow you? Yes. Off we go! Make sure everyone's working? They are. Perfect. So, the T-Series is going to, as always, do the mowing, but instead of having the windrower behind it, it is going to have the tether behind it. Technically in front of it. And then we're going to have the windrower on one of the other two, I'm not sure which. And then the baler. And unfortunately we don't have a fourth tractor to then instantly wrap. Actually no, we're not going to be wrapping them. What am I saying? The wrapping is for the bales I've already got. So yeah, we will be able to do everything in one go. That was not smooth. Hopefully the guys don't have a bit of a problem. They seemed fine. Okay. What on earth? That was a bit rough there. Okay, anyway. As you can see, I did a bit of cleaning up over here. I did some square grass baling with that section of grass that we had left, and I've left this for the hay bales. Oh, the fast track. The fast track was too fast. Oh, what is happening here? Okay, yeah. Just fast track things, I think, happened here. It's fine. But yeah, anyway. We are going to do the square wrapping first, because I think it's the most interesting. At least for the time being. And we can get some money back right away for it. So. Let's unfold the guy. And I don't know how fast this thing is going to be. But we'll find out. Let's just change the auto unload to 1 second. I think that will be fine. There we go, picks it up. And I've never seen a square bale wrapping in action. Oh my, it is fancy. It is very fancy. Look at that. It's got like manipulator arm deals. That's so cool. That's like, that's almost hypnotic, that, isn't it? Very, very nice looking animation. And then it conveyor belts out of the butt. Look how shiny that is. Look at that. Very nice. Well, this makes our lives so much easier. Not any less long, though. Because it does take a while to wrap them. But, you know, such is life. As always, I will do a cut, and I'll bring you guys back once we are ready to do some auto-stacking, which, to be honest, I could cut that out as well, but we haven't done it yet, so I'll keep a little bit of it in. Alright guys, I am back. As you can see, I've wrapped every single square bale. It took an eternity, but I have done it. And I did start auto-stacking because I figured I can show you how it works. and then not have to do a cut while I load the thing. So as you can see, I've got 13 in here already. You just unfold it. It's not with X though, it's with B for some reason. And they just automatically zip in. And then it does the thing, it does the other thing, and then you can get another one, and there you go. And it's all very nice and easy, and you don't have to scream while loading them manually. And then you can press B again, and it goes into the driving position, and it's all very nice and neat. And we've got 16 bales, and now we can just head over to the barn. Something I am considering doing in today's episode, by the way, is upgrading some of our machines. For example, right now, this JCB, I feel like we should give it the bigger engine, because it is struggling to pull this. In fairness, this is, like 64 tons, I believe. Because we've got 16 bales, and each of those is 4,000 liters, so 4 tons each. 4 16, 64. 64 tons. So yeah. Less than ideal. Now, I'm actually thinking of driving in the other way, because as far as I know... I mean, okay, I'll find out if we can just drive through without actually unloading. Because there is an unload animation. And if we can, that'll make it much easier. Okay, they are like locked in, so we can drive through. But then what we're gonna do is is it Y? It is Y. So it basically raises the entire stack up. You would then place this wherever you want it, right? Because it will stay... It'll stay in this vertical orientation, like this, until you press Y again. So we're gonna drive so that we're in the box, and then we hit Y again. And we sell all of them in one go. And then we press Y again, and it folds back down. So, yeah. Some other upgrades I'd like to make are to the Valtra, to the pickup, to all sorts of stuff, really. Just general improvements to our equipment. The thing I'm kind of awkward about this trailer is you can't turn. You can't make tight turns, because you reach a limit here. And the tractor can have a tighter turn radius than that, so that's slightly annoying. But, yeah. This will just make our entire silage bale, like, process? I don't, is there a better way of saying that? You know, the mowing, and the rowing, and the baling, and the wrapping, and the stacking, and all of that just so much more streamlined. Yes, it's more expensive to buy the equipment in the first place, but, I mean, we're likely to make enough money back from the remaining bales to cover the purchases we've made today, so we should be fine. So yeah, we're almost full again already. In fact, this is going to line up perfectly with our exit for the field, which is very nice. And we should get, let's see, 4, 4, 4... Another trailer load plus 1? Is there going to be 1 spare? Hang on, 4... 4, 4, 4... Oh my god, there's gonna be 1 spare, are you kidding me? Well, I guess we can take the last trailer load back with the Valtra with 1 single bale on the spike. Because gaming? I don't know. But yeah, some other things I've done in between episodes to go over while we're driving here. The remaining grass bales that we had over at the cow farm, I have just wrapped. Because, as far as I'm concerned, we do not need separate grass bales with the cows. Once we start feeding them total mixed ration, they will have 100% productivity just from that. We won't need to feed them separate silage and separate grass, because the mixed ration has got everything that they need in it in one go. So, yeah. You could say it might be kind of a waste to have given them what we did give them. However, I don't think it really hurts, because worst case scenario, that just gets used over time. Like, currently it's 73% productivity, as you can see in the top left. And we've already been getting a bit of milk and slurry and manure and stuff like that from them, so I don't think it's a waste, especially considering all of the resources that we feed to them are essentially free. Straw is a byproduct, and silage and hay come from a field that doesn't need to be replanted because it's grass. So I don't think I'm just gonna drive through this. I don't think that it's that it was a huge waste to give them what we did. Imagine this, right? We gave them what we did, and they're at 73% productivity for the time that it'll take for us to give them their proper feed, versus waiting, not giving them anything, then not producing anything, and then suddenly going to 100% productivity. This feels better to do it this way, even if technically we could have saved on the straw and the silage. Actually, grass as well. We could have saved on everything, but, you know, like I say, at the end of the day, it is just not a big deal, because unlike, for example, I was looking into the pigs, because we'll want to do pigs eventually. They take like straw, corn, wheat or barley. They take a lot of the resources that we have to get with intent. Right, we have to actually plant these crops and harvest them and save some of them back for the pigs. Whereas everything for the sheep and the cows is just on hand. Like, yes, I know we had to plant this field with grass, but had to is being generous. We could have just mown grass around the edge of other farmers' fields and gotten all the grass we needed. So, you know, the main reason I did this was for the silage bales like we're doing now, not for the animals. It's handy to have for the animals, don't get me wrong. It's very convenient. However, it's not vital, you know? Which is why I've gone with sheep and cows to begin with, is simply because the resources required to, like, maintain them are just readily available. Like, for free. Technically not for free. We've spent a lot of money on a lot of the processing of the ingredients and requirements. However, once we're set up, then it's all free. And yeah, I was right, we have one spare. How marvellous. Either way, let's just go ahead, put that into the driving position, and we will go and get the Voltra. I'm really pleased with the square bale wrapper, by the way. It has worked really well, and I wish I'd looked for it in the first place, because I've noticed a big common theme with this series is I keep buying equipment to then sell it again like 1 or 2 episodes later. It is slightly frustrating, but you know, things happen. I think we'll drive through forwards again with these ones so that we can sell the bale on the front. And hopefully it doesn't fly across the map when we make corners. But yeah, it's so much easier also driving with this trailer because you don't have to worry about it flipping over all the time. Which is another very convenient thing. Let's hit a Y. There we go. And there we go. 264. Let's just quickly check. It won't be quite accurate, the sold bales, because I already sold some straw, but you can see we're making a huge amount of money from selling bales. This is like 400,000, just over 400,000 just from bales over the last 2 days. Which is very nice. Covering the costs. Covering our expenditure costs quite well. Just about. Yeah. Anyways, we can head back to field 11 with this, and then we're going to get the hay bales going. We'll be auto-stacking them as well, but we'll be taking them over there with the Voltra because I want to unload them into the shed that's there. And the shed is not tall enough to just unload directly into it, so we'll need to unload outside of the shed and then manually use the fork to stack them inside the shed, but that's fine. I could just leave them outside the shed, but then if it rains, all of our nice dry hay bales will get wet. It isn't actually a thing that happens in the game, but you know, I'd just rather do things that way. So this one, I need to get rid of the fork again. Need to remember how this is all gonna work. So this one, gonna grab the mowers. By this one, I mean this tractor. There we go. And you're gonna go here. Then we're gonna grab the other Voltra and leave the Tedder for the T-Series, like this. And this one's gonna pull the Windrower. And it's gonna follow the Voltra. And then the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get the JCB on the baler. And we're gonna get some square hay bales. And this one's gonna follow the N series. Need to unfold it. Okay, I need to get the T series going slightly so that we have a bit of room, but that should be fine. We are currently still in the forwards mode. There we go. Control B. This wants to be unfolded. There we go. As I say, this will be technically too wide, but the other one is too narrow, so not much we can do about that. We're gonna lower it. And B, B, V. We want our GPS. It's like just over 8 meter working width, I believe. Shift it over. That's the wrong way. And turn the tether on. You can see it changes color. That is now hay. Perfect. So much of it. Look at that. Okay, this should be far enough. That is a hell of a lot of hay. Okay. That rhymes. You. We want you in position like this. Oh wait, no, hang on. Oh, this might... No, it shouldn't be a problem, actually. I'm thinking about the grass that's here, but it will get turned into hay, so it's fine. Not you. This. Here we go. Oh my, I forgot how much it was. Right. And now the JCB with the baler is gonna follow the Voltra. The N series, that is. Technically both of them. Right. Turn that on. Turn that on. Turn that on. Get the GPS on. Cruise control is on. And the process begins. And the great thing is, because we've got the square baler, nobody will have to stop. I'm noticing that we're missing some of the hay, but it shouldn't be a huge deal because, well, we're just getting so much of it. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the baler because I want to get just one trailer load, one auto stack trailer load of bales. So we get up to 6, 7, 8, that's half already. 9, 10. Now this is going to be a little bit awkward. G, nope, I want to lift the mower. So that we aren't mowing the grass over there, but we might catch it anyway. Okay, no, we're fine. Come on, turn, turn. There we go. Oh, that's an issue. We're gonna hit the guy. Come on. Come on. Yeah, this is an issue. I didn't consider this. Right. Oh no, we just glitched through. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Now, before we go any further, I must count these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, that is the one. We're done. We're done already. Just get out to turn everything off. You. Control F. Yeah, you're fine. You, Control F, and you're fine. Okay, you unload. I think we do actually have one too many. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, yeah, 17. God damn it, we have one too many. Well, that's fine. We'll be taking it over there with the Ultra, we can carry it on the fork. In fact, what I might do is just get this one out of the way. And no, it's fine. I'll just leave all of this mess. Like, I don't think it matters that much, because as we mow the grass and collect it up again, it'll just bing us its way to victory, I hope, maybe, perhaps. Can I just press X and it will automatically lift and fold? Very good, okay. So let's try to get out of here. Can I fold you? I can. As always, chaos farming. So many goddamn bales. We'll be able to also turn the remainder into silage and get even more money, which I will do, but obviously not right now, because it'll take forever again and I can't be bothered. But between this one and the next one, I will definitely do that. Can I do a Control B on you and stop freaking out about which direction we're facing? Thank you. Let me just turn you around and leave you there. We need this. I said we need this. And we need the AUTOSTACKS. There we go. Press B on that. And then we shouldn't have to worry about hay for a while, because they don't eat that fast. Alright, that's all the bales we can fit in the trailer. Let's just snag this one. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Right. I'll leave those guys there for now, it doesn't matter too much. Press B on you. Okay, so now we can finally head to the cow area and give them the food that they were meant to have in the last one. Alright guys, we're back at the cow pasture. Hello cows, hello. As you can see, this is the shed I've been putting our bales in. So, before anything else, I'm just going to stick this one in here. It should accept it now. Yes, very nice. And I'm going to unload the bales, like, right there. Is that the right direction? Yeah, that's the right direction. So, like this. And then I'll just stick the trailer here temporarily while I put them away. Shouldn't be too difficult, considering we have our super duper fork. But I will inevitably mess something up, I'm sure. Yeah, we can easily reach that. The only problem is we haven't got the weight on the back right now. So it might be a little bit on the heavy side. No. Stop. There we go. It's a little bit wobbly. Both the bales and the tractor. Oh, good lord, I should have done one of the upgrades that I mentioned I wanted to do, which was put wheel weights on the T-Series, so we don't have to rely as much on the separate weights. But yeah, I can just put that there. Should be fine. But as you can see, that would not have gone in there, like, by itself. So, we have to do it like this. Can you stop wibbly wobbling? Would be much appreciated. Oh, almost messed it up. And then with this one, I'm just going to take the one off the top. And this one is going to go in the mixer. This should now be total mixed ration. If I can line it up. There we go. We'll find out in a moment, because right now I have no idea if it is TMR or not. But yeah, these last three can go in the shed. So when we need more, we have it. Alright, let's see. It is that icon. I don't know what that icon is. If we go over to the guy, does it say there's this icon with a leaf? Oh wait, no, it should say, oh no, it does, and it says with the inspector mod, I've just realized, yes, we've got total mixed ration, perfect. And it unloads from either side, question mark? Perhaps? Oh, we've got mixing ratio. It's within it's within the arrows, so I think we're fine. Tip side is currently left, that's fine. Okay. Turn on mixer wagon. Okay, I don't think we need to turn it on, I think it's already mixed. Okay. So it is total mixed ration. We're within we are within the correct ratio amounts. Tip side is left, which this is our left, and unload is I. Not entirely sure how much they're gonna take, but seems like a lot of it. The entire mixer, apparently, is how much they're going to take. Let's take a look at the animals. Power food is at 6,000 now. And yeah, it has increased the silage and hay. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to just keep going up beyond the amount that it can be. Because that does appear to be what's happening, or if it's just going to delete any extra. I kind of want to wait for a while and let the other sliders go down before we fill this up, just to be on the safe side. But you can see we're already up to 4,000 liquid manure, 3,000 regular manure, 6,000 milk. And the productivity should go up again if I speed up the time bit. Yeah, that was all it required. 99% now. Perfect. Very, very nice indeed. I have managed... I just now realised I put the bale trailer right in the way of the shed where I'm keeping all of the animal equipment, which is suboptimal, but it's fine. I will get this one out of the way. I said... There we go. Just reverse that over there for now. We can put the mixer away. And now when they need more food, we can just come over here and we've already got every bale type we need in storage. I will bring more straw over here, but it's not a great urgency right now because the straw is one of the lesser requirements that they have because it's the bedding, which takes forever to go away, and it's filler for the mixed ration. So, yeah. Not to mention that all I need to do is like plant some wheat or some barley in field 22 and 23 and all of that, and we'll get basically infinite straw. So that is definitely a job well done for today. I would like to do a little bit more today, but it'll be sort of odd jobs here and there, I think, because off the top of my head I can't think of anything except selling the rest of the, well, mowing, rowing, baling, and stacking, and selling the rest of the silage that we have, which, you know... wait a minute, is this another water trough? No, this is a what a trough is this? I'm really confused. Because the water one, it has like a raised part to it, right? So that the water doesn't just come out. Let me quickly check. Why do they have... Yeah, look, see the water trough is level all the way along. Why do they have that trough? What is that trough? What is it for? That is most odd. Because I always thought that the main trough was that one, and that was the only one, but apparently they've got this one? Interesting. No idea what you meant to put in there, other than the same stuff, but it's another place for it. This, by the way, is where you get the slurry and the manure from. They just automatically collect here, because farming. So yeah. Once we have enough of that stockpiled up, we can buy a slurry spreader. I would like to actually buy the one that you can attach a cultivator to. And then we can use that for cultivating and slurry spreading. And that way, when we get into corn and all of the other crop types that you can't plant directly after harvesting with one of the direct planters, we're fertilizing the field, we're cultivating it at the same time, and then we can plant corn, sunflowers, all that kind of stuff directly afterwards. And those planters also have fertilizing abilities built in. So we will basically be cultivating and planting and then having two fertilizer states already. Fertilizer stages, that is. Just ready to go, which is perfect. Yeah, I'll do this in between episodes probably. Clean up all of this mess and whatnot. I should have kept the fork probably at the cow pen, but it's fine. I'll just stick it next to the weight here, as we will not be needing it for the time being. The fork itself this time, because we might need the front loader for something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna take a break for a bit, think about what we can do next. Most likely, I mean, I really don't know, actually. Maybe buying more animals, that could be an option. But what I'd like most, really, is a bigger harvester. And I'm just not sure if we can quite afford it yet. I have the Massey next to the repair shop, so that we can repair it and sell it, like, right away if we want to. It's basically out of fuel, it's got like 30 litres left in it. And I've done that specifically so that when we sell it, we're not wasting fuel. But we would need, like, $500,000 for the New Holland CR1090, which is the one I want to get. I just want to go straight for the biggest one. Because not only will that just mean that we don't have to upgrade ever again, apart from buying more of the same harvester, but once we get into harvesting corn and sunflowers, we can also go straight for the biggest header for that as well. And so, for example, like if we were to get into corn now, and we get a header for the Massey, we would then have to then sell that as well when we upgrade to the New Holland. So it just makes sense for me personally to get the New Holland first before we do corn and sunflowers and all of those kind of crops. Because that planter we're gonna get, which one is it? The Vedasad Tempo. It does sugar beet as well. But of course that needs specialized harvesting equipment. We can't just get a header for this guy. Yeah, like I say, I'll take a break. I'll be back in a bit and we will figure out what we're gonna do for the rest of the episode. Alright guys, it is a little while later, and I have decided what we're going to do to finish the episode. Before we do that though, I would like to mention a couple things. First thing is, I did give myself the $105,000 for, you know, sheep compensation, right? Because if you didn't know, we're now using the realistic animal prices mod, right? Which reduces the price of sheep significantly, $3,500 per sheep cheaper than the base game. So that's the amount of money that we would have saved if we had the mod from the beginning. The other thing is, as you can see, our trees are growing very nicely. It has been an in-game week since we planted them, which is when we were going to harvest them. However, I read a post on the Steam community page that says it's actually 10 days for them to be fully grown. And I thought I would find it difficult to tell when it's fully grown. However, I believe that there is quite a distinctive difference in how much of the tree is branches and foliage, and how much is bare. As you can see currently, only this small bottom section has no branches, right? Or has no foliage. But when they're fully grown, they will be like the bare trunk will be all the way up to, say, here, right, and the tree will be that tall. So if I can, I will try and explain it better at the time when they're fully grown, but for now I just wanted to say that's why we're leaving them for now, is because they're not fully grown, even though it has been a week. But it's going really, really well. I can't wait to harvest these guys. They're gonna give us, like, I don't actually know how much money, but it's gonna be a lot, and it's gonna be great. So, yeah. Something else I realized, by the way, while I'm here, is because Field 10 is right next to the railway, we could load the train with the lumber and deliver the lumber that way, but I do think it would still be quicker to load the timber runner, simply because to unload the train that will take quite a while using the crane over there, whereas with the timber runner we can just back into the lake and they sell instantly. What we're going to do though, for the end of the episode, is I think we actually have enough money to do a couple of things. The first thing is I want to do the upgrades that I mentioned earlier. So we're going to take the JCB to start with, we're going to park him here, and we're going to go customize, and I want to get the bigger engine for 15k. The wheel setup we can just keep as default, I think. And rim color, I would like to look and see what the yellow rims looks like. I think it'd look nice because our other tractors have got matching rims. We may as well make the JCB also have matching rims. So let's just go ahead and spend the 15,500 on this. Boom, configuration has been changed. Let's take a look. Yellow wheels. And what was it, 310? 310 horsepower. Let's also give it a clean. How about that? I should have not done that beforehand, but you know, by the power of hindsight, we'll just give this thing a quick wash, see what it looks like. It's gonna match the fleet a lot better now, having the matching wheels. It is quite interesting that the JCB 3000 has matching wheels by default, and the 8000 does not, and I have no idea why. But yeah, there we go. I like that a lot. That is much better. Very nice. It is going to cost us a bit more per day to run, but hopefully the extra horsepower will be pretty good. I'm going to put the JCB away for now. I don't think we need it right now. By the way, in case you're wondering how I got the extra money, I cleaned up Field 11. Basically, that's how that went. We got another like 2 AutoStack trailers of bales. Let's actually quickly check. Basically the same sell price for bales yesterday and today. That's amazing. Oh good lord, like our main income is bales. That's ridiculous. Anyway, with this guy I want the wheel weights, right, for 1.3, and I think we'll keep the stock engine. Rim color we're just going to keep matching. So this modification is significantly cheaper, but this will hopefully mean that we don't have to rely as much on the weight on the back of the tractor to do bale lifting, because we will still need to use it for that and also for the log lowering and stuff. The only thing is, I have absolutely no idea how much weight that actually is. But yeah. That's a modification to the T-Series. I'm not going to bother washing T-Series, it's okay. Also gone through like 3/4 of a fuel tank, which that's something else I want to do, is I want to buy the fuel tanker trailer. Which we can pull because we now have the the pickup. Speaking of the pickup, we're going to modify this guy as well. Mostly cosmetic changes, but, you know, you gotta look cool while you're farming, so why not? Up this guy here. So, first things first. Main colour. I would like to go for a dark grey, I think. Either this one or this one. Doesn't matter which we get, because once we buy one, we can buy another for free. Or just swap it over, I guess. Wheel setup, design one. We've got different designs. Well, what I'll do... Which is the most expensive? One of these. Well, I'll get like the most expensive one, and then we should be able to swap out for the other ones and see what they're like. Rim color? Not sure really. We could look at black rims just for the sake of it. And then the designs as well. Twin GT stripes. We'll look through all of these as well. We'll just buy that. And then design color. I want a sort of a dark red. I'll explain in a minute why we're going with these colours. We're just going to customise this and see what on earth it looks like. Pretty damn nice. I'm just thinking... We're going to have to look at every single design and every single rims. Is there no design too? Oh, we must be on... Are we on design too? Hang on a minute. Okay, this is just farming simulator things, I think. It goes from design 1 to design 3. Perfect. Okay, I'm thinking design 7. Lucky number 7. Twin GT stripes, and then... Which red? And which grey? The reason why I want red and grey is because those are the colours that my car has in real life. The grey is the main colour, and it has red accents. I think it's like that. It's difficult to tell actually, but I think that looks the best, so we'll go with that. And then as far as the rims go, do I want black ones or stock ones? Probably stock rim colours. There we go. Very nice indeed. So, last thing we're going to do is we're going to head to the shop. I'll actually quickly make sure to repair this while I remember, because what we're going to do is we are going to make the harvester upgrade that I mentioned. So, we're going to repair the Massey for 2,000, just to put the sell price back up, because currently it is 125. If we repair it, that goes up to 150 basically, so we'll instantly make that money back. This is where all of the repair costs were going, by the way, as I was repairing this thing too often, which was eating up all of our money. Can we repair both? We can. Boom. Because we're going to sell all 3 of these. And I am going to wash it, because I think it deserves a wash before being sent off. Because normally I don't wash harvesters, there's no point. It's because all it's ever doing is field work. But yeah, I think, considering it served us so well, I mean, this was our first upgrade, one of our first upgrades from the stock equipment, right? We started with the case, the tiny thing, and we switched over to this guy, and despite the really annoying engine start sound that drives me insane literally every single time I get in the damn thing, it has massively helped us out. But we are getting to the point with the farm where it just takes so damn long to harvest anything. And we could get another of the same harvester, but that's boring. So instead of doing that, we are going to get an upgrade. Yeah, I know you're going every time I start you, it's fine. Just go here. Very good. We're going to reset the pickup as well, because like I said, I might want to get that fuel tanker thingy. Let's go back to map overview. That's the pickup. Reset the pickup. Yep. And the Massey Ferguson. Yep. And the header trailer. Where's the header itself? Where did you go, sir? All the way at the end. Perfect. Right. I'm now realizing we might. Oh no, we can. I think we can get the bale wrapper into the cell point as well. Yeah, we can. Perfect. I wonder if can we use this to wrap bales? We might be able to use the pickup to wrap bales. That's interesting. Anyway, we're gonna sell this because the sale is over on it. Currently, this potato harvester is on sale, which we have no interest in currently. So we can sell the guy and the other guy. It is going to be quite sad to see the Massey go, because like I say, it's like quite iconic for the farm at this point. You know, I love the colour. The only thing I hate is that damn noise. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I'm messing it up. It's okay. So, we will mess it up further. In fact, I will just... Hello? Do we gain 30 litres by resetting it? I'm really confused. I swear it had 30 litres in it. Anyway. We should probably sell that guy first. In fact, I'm going to pop a save. Just to be on the safe side. And yeah, we're going to sell this. Because we literally don't need it anymore. And we're going to sell the good old Massey. Goodbye, old friend. I'll put the header trailer in the box as well. It's the end of an era, at the beginning of a new one. There we go. That is way too low to the ground, but it's fine. It is a temporary solution to a very brief problem. Almost nailed it. Almost nailed that. Very almost. You know what I'm even going to do? I'm going to park up nicely. Look at that. Perfect. Still got the damn pallet fork here. I realised, by the way, that we will need that other sheep farm as well, so what I said the other day, the other episode, is irrelevant. By what I said the other day, I mean the fact that we would only need it here. Yeah, we are going to need it at the sheep farm as well. Okay, let's go ahead and sell this. 4k for this one. It's been sold. 33 for the header. And 176 for the Massey itself. Goodbye, old friend. Alright, well. You know what that means, peeps. It is time to buy. All the way at the end here, the New Holland CR1090. The biggest harvester in the game. Without any further ado, let us go ahead and buy the CR1090. Done. We of course also need the header, which also is the biggest header in the, well, the joint biggest header in the game. The Superflex Draper, which, yeah, we are gonna buy. Done and done. See it appear there. We are left with 84k. As always, at the end of every episode, we are left with basically no money, but here it is, peeps. Look at this. Our new guy. This is the biggest harvester in the game, so any more upgrades from this point on is just more of the same harvester. And you will also notice that the header comes with its own header trailer. It is the header trailer. This one also makes a beep noise, but it's significantly less annoying. So, we can hook up to this. There we go. As you can see, it's its own trailer. So you do not need to buy a separate header trailer. It's very nimble, this one. Despite being the biggest, it's also the fastest. So we're going to set this guy on the route home. Okay. No fear, no fear in this pedestrian's eyes. Right, shop to yard, drive course, and stop at last point. Speed. We'll just do maximum speed because, yeah, we can. And there we go. That's gonna head back to the yard. And the last thing we're gonna buy is Misk, the fuel trailer, 8.5k. Main color. Oh, we can have it match. Which color did we go for? I think we went for this one. It's 500 to buy the color, so that's fine. Yeah, 9k. 9k for the fuel trailer. Done. Yeah, I think that matches. Yeah, look at that. Thunder Creek equipment. Interesting. So yeah, this is now our refueling guy. I'm now realizing I wish the rims would match, but I don't think there's a way to do that. Our farm truck is looking the part. Let's see here. Fills up quite a bit faster than the equipment, which is nice. Gonna cost a pretty penny though. Harvester is getting back to the farm. I actually shouldn't take it all the way to the farm, but it's okay. I will anyway, because we're going to be harvesting the fields over there first. Now, this obviously isn't going to be stored in a shed, because I don't think we have a shed big enough to store it. So we're going to store it wherever we stored our previous harvester, which was right here, just in front of the house, because it's a nice little spot for it. But yeah, there we go, guys. We have done, as always, quite a bit today. We've cleaned up field 11, we've sold an absolute metric crap ton of bales. We've made the cows 100% productive from the power food. I did, by the way, refill the grass for the sheep. So we've got the cows and the sheep running 100% productivity. I will let these other numbers run down a bit before I refill the power food, just so that we aren't wasting anything, because I don't know if you waste anything, but I'd just rather not. We swapped out the Massey Ferguson for the best and biggest harvester in the game, which I'll be using in between episodes to get us even more grain. Oh yeah, at the start of the episode, we got the silo extension. We'll get 200k in all of these. And in the next one, what I'm hoping we can do is start getting corn and sunflowers. Because those are the last two crop types that we can harvest just by getting a different header for the same harvester. And all it should require is getting a cultivator and a planter. I am still considering getting the cultivator and slurry spreader combo, or just going for two separate pieces of equipment for slurry spreading and cultivating, but I can decide that in between episodes. Let's quickly check how much fuel cost that was. A casual $7,500 for fuel. Seems legit. But anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed the episode. It has been a good one. Hopefully in the next one we will have more money again, and I will instantly spend it again. But yeah, if you've enjoyed, make sure to go ahead and hit the like button and let me know you're enjoying the series. Comment if you wish. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next one. Talk to you all then.